Hello techies. Welcome to our brand new video series focused on helping you get the most of your experiences in life. Before we start the video, let's know about Upptalk. Upptalk is a live, interactive platform for software training, furnishing robust personalities who could take on universal business platforms.
So today we are going to talk about code connectors. So we have looked at our change detection process. We have looked at what a code connector is all about. It's a template, it's a package connector. And we use it. We configure it as per our specific requirements. So we will see how to configure the code connector and how to extract the information from Workday. And then how to send it out to an external system. Right? This is what we are going to do. This one is slightly different because this is a package connector. So what is a package connector? How do we create an integration system, etc.? That we will discuss in the next couple of sessions. So, before we actually go ahead and create our code connectors, let's look at the requirements. So first, let's say that we want a few fields to be part of our output. So we will, first of all, put down some requirements. So let's say, in the output file we want some specific information about the workers. Right. Because we have a lot of worker information involved in it. So let's say in the output file we want the data like the first name. Right? We want the last name of the worker. We want the gender. We want the medical status. What else can we need? Maybe the email address? And then we can look for the hire date. And the original hire date. Then let's also have the business title. And let's also have the worker child. Okay, and maybe the total annual base pay. Alright. What else can we have? Of course, if we have the base pay, let's also put in the base pay currency. And let's also include their work, their account or the Workday ID, which is the ID that they use to log into their system. And let's also put in the initials, or maybe their username. Right. So let's put all these fields in our output. So if you had to do this using an EIB, what would you do? If this is the output file, what would you have done? If it was an EIB, if you choose an EIB to have this output, we create a report with all these fields, right? And some of these may be delivered fields. Some of these may be calculated fields, also in the report. And then we will create what? Which direction will be the EIB, inbound or outcome? Outbound, right. And then we will choose the output format, whether it is an X, M, L, or whether it's CSV, or if at all we need a transformation, etc. Then we will do that, and we will send out the information. So now here in our connectors, we don't need to have that custom report as also of data, because it is going to use something internally, because it's a package connector, right? Most of the work is done for us. We don't have to create any custom report, etc. We don't have to create in simple terms. We don't have to think about the integration with Workday, right? The actual nitty-gritties of connecting to Workday and getting that information. We don't have to think about that. We have to think about which fields we want. We have to select that, and we have to configure the transformation if necessary. And we have to configure the change detection and those kind of things. Actually, how it connects to Workday to get the data. That is not our concern, because that is handled by the connector itself. That is why we are using a connector. So let's say we want this field. So now what we will do is we will go into Workday. We will create our core connector work or integration template. And we will see how we can use these fields or how we can select these fields and create the output. So we go to Workday. Now in Workday, this task, I mean to create an integration. Our task would be create integration system. Okay. Create integration system is the name of the task that we will take to create this particular integration system. Remember that in EIB, what was the task that we had used? Create EIB, right? What it was? A specific kind of integration system that we created. It was an integration system anyway, but it was a specific type of integration system in EIB. But here we are going to use the task, create integration system. Okay. Create integration system. So it asks you, okay, what is the name of the integration? And it also asks you, what is the template that you are going to use? So when we say template, we look at the templates here. What are the two types of templates that we have? Or two broad categories of templates. One is the connector, and the other, which is for specific, is specific to a named third party or application. It is an end-to-end connector. Right. It is an end-to-end connector. And then we have the generic, the more generic package connectors, like the code connector and work. Okay. So let's look at one of them, and you tell me whether it is a connector or an end-to-end connector. So let's say I go here, and let's look at a few. So let's look at the first one and the car, dental and vision. What do you think this one is? Is it an end-to-end connector, or is it a connector? What is generally connected? Specific for an advanced attacker? Maybe right, because the advanced attacker looks to be the name of a particular company. What about this one? Affleck supplemental benefits. Affleck, right. Affleck is a popular benefits provider in the U.S., right? Anthem, Blue Cross, Blue Shield, Live Disability, or maybe what about this one? Anthem, Blue Cross, Blue Shield meet West for Indiana, Ohio, I think, Wisconsin, Kentucky, and Missouri. What is this? It's specific, and that too for a specific Anthem, Blue Cross, Blue Shield, right, not for the general North America. It's only for some specific states, right? What about this one? ANSI X12-834. That looks more generic, right? Because we can get it, and then we can configure it as per the requirements of our end system. So ANSI X12-834 looks like it is mostly, catering to the international or maybe the American standard, which is an X12 and size standard, right? The American National Standards Institute. ANSI. So it is more like suited for that ANSI generic standard, right? So anybody who understands 834, maybe we can send that file to them. Not specific to any named third-party application or service. Similarly, if we go for, let's say, for a third-party,
Please do like, share and subscribe to our channel. For more information, contact us at sales@upptalk.com.